ISSA SHARIF says some of his family members were killed in the war in neighboring Syria. He has also lost contact with others who have been displaced. Lebanon has been his home for 6 years. He is from the opposition-held province of IDLIB, and for him, going back is not an option.
We want a safe zone to return to. Otherwise, where do they want us to go back to? Do they want us to die? If we go back, we will be bombarded. There's nowhere safe. There's only death.
IDLIB is a de-escalation zone. There is supposed to be a ceasefire here. Instead, civilians are being killed in almost daily airstrikes by Syrian and Russian planes. Humanitarian agencies say the violence in some parts of Syria means it's still not safe for refugees to return. They are warning governments in Europe, the United States and the region not to force them back.
We, the AIDS humanitarian organizations that are on the ground in Syria and in the neighboring countries, we call this report Dangerous Grounds, for the simple reason that these women, children and men have to be informed of conditions, and we have to assure that it is voluntary when they go back, and then we have to assist and protect the return.
The UN doesn't have exact numbers, but the figures available show some 70,000 refugees returned on their own from neighboring countries last year. But aid agencies say for every returnee, there were 3 more newly displaced because of the violence. Since mid-December, more than 200,000 people had to leave their homes because of fighting in the southern edges of Idlib province. Pro-Syrian government forces control the main cities. They've recaptured a lot of territory from the opposition. ISIL has been pushed out of many areas, and there are local ceasefire agreements in place. But the picture is misleading. There are many areas where fighting continues. It's not just safety. There is widespread destruction. There are few civilian facilities left. Hospitals have been hit. Mass returns can't be sustainable if these people can't find jobs and if there is no health care or schools.
There are no proper living conditions. Imagine if I need to take my children to a doctor. There are no health centers. There is no life there. I'm afraid of the day when they kick us out of here.
Lebanon's government says there will be no forced returns, and any returns will be coordinated with the United Nations. But refugees here are still worried. So are aid agencies. That is why they are warning no one should be forced back to Syria without a plan that takes into account their safety and well-being. Zeina Khodr, Al Jazeera, Bekaa Valley, Lebanon.